By the end of his life in Egypt, the patriarch Jacob is a shadow of his former self. His body is failing, and his eyes are so dim with age that he can no longer see the room around him. Hearing that his father is sick, his son Joseph hurries to the bedside. He brings his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, known as primogeniture. Under this cultural law, the right hand of the patriarch permanently transfers the lion's share of wealth, power, and leadership exclusively to the firstborn son, while younger siblings receive only a fraction. The gathering in Jacob's bedroom functions as a rigid legal ceremony designed to permanently cement the political and financial future of Joseph's bloodline. Knowing exactly what is at stake, Joseph meticulously engineers the space. He positions his firstborn, Manasseh, on his own left side, and the younger son, Ephraim, on his right. This spatial arrangement is entirely functional. When Joseph walks them forward, Manasseh will perfectly align with Jacob's right hand, and Ephraim will naturally fall under Jacob's left. With the boys in place, Joseph brings them near and bows with his face to the earth, signaling his total deference to the upcoming transfer of power. Joseph is the second most powerful man in Egypt, wielding the full weight of his administrative and political authority. His father lies in bed, unable to see the carefully orchestrated geometry of the room. By locking in their positions before Jacob even moves, Joseph minimized the margin of error. He aligned the physical world with the legal one, ensuring his father's hands find their targets without needing to see them. Before the blessing occurs, Jacob begins to speak. He recounts how God appeared to him at Luz in the land of Canaan, promising to make his descendants a multitude of people and granting them the land as an everlasting possession. This genealogical tree shows a sudden legal maneuver. Jacob legally promotes his grandsons, Ephraim and Manasseh, into his own sons, granting them the same status as his first-generation heirs. Any future children of Joseph will be absorbed entirely under these two newly established banners. Through a single verbal contract, Jacob takes two boys born in the courts of Egypt and dictates their destiny. They are now the foundational heads of the future nation of Israel. With the adoption finalized, the climactic moment arrives. Jacob stretches his arms out to physically bestow the blessing. Instead of reaching straight ahead, the old man deliberately crosses his arms, extending his right hand to the left side and his left hand right. The ancient text includes a specific detail. It notes Jacob guided his hands wittingly. This calculated, intentional action proves he knows exactly what he is doing. It is not the clumsy fumble of a man who has lost his sight. Watching this happen, Joseph is hit with immediate shock. He is deeply displeased to see the cultural law of the firstborn broken right in front of him. Joseph physically intervenes. He grabs his father's hand, attempting to pry it off and force it onto Manasseh. "Not so, my father," Joseph commands, openly reprimanding him. He insists that Jacob must recognize the true firstborn and correct the placement of his right hand. In this exact moment, human logic, rigid legal tradition, and the advantage of physical sight come into direct conflict with prophetic intent. Jacob does not yield. He bluntly refuses his son's correction, repeating his refusal. "I know it, my son. I know it." The patriarch acknowledges the firstborn's status, confirming to Joseph that Manasseh will indeed multiply and become a great, powerful people. This graph illustrates the massive prophetic reversal Jacob lays out next. While the firstborn's line grows steadily, the younger brother, Ephraim, is destined for a trajectory that exponentially dwarfs him, expanding outward to become a vast multitude of nations. Jacob locks in the cultural permanence of this moment, establishing that all future generations of Israel will bless their own children by specifically invoking the names of Ephraim and Manasseh. Divine election actively subverts the hierarchies men build. Jacob's crossed hands prove that spiritual foresight operates entirely independent of physical sight or human expectation. The tension breaks, and Jacob offers a final, sobering address to Joseph. He plainly states that he is about to die, but promises that God will remain with the family long after he is gone. He delivers a sweeping geopolitical promise, a guarantee that the children of Israel will eventually be pulled out of the power centers of Egypt and returned to the land of their fathers. This map highlights the specific extra portion of territory Jacob grants directly to Joseph. By transferring this land, a tract he personally took from the Amorites with his sword and bow, Jacob anchors this entire spiritual blessing firmly in physical, historical geography. Jacob's subversion of tradition at this bedside effectively drafted the geopolitical blueprint of Israel, proving that the nation's future relied more on prophetic foresight than on the rules of inheritance.